And let's go ahead and do a sync. All right. When I say ho, you say, or when I, oh, Jesus. When I say hey, you say ho. Hey.
Ho.
Hey.
Ho.
Hey.
Ho.
Okay, cool.
Also,
Alrighty.
just want to warn you now. You know how I've not been able to make up even one coherent sentence since we started talking? That will continue for the rest of the sentence. Fuck.
You okay, my boy?
I don't know, man.
Well, just say, he's a little rattled after our last trip in the hole.
My brain has just not been working all day.
It's all good. Did you guys actually manage to get through the episode?
Yeah, I finished it just in time.
I skipped a bunch in the middle, but I listened to the beginning and the end.
Yeah, I'm mostly just curious if you remember where we left off and stuff.
I'm fresh as fuck, boy.
Nice.
Luckily, I just didn't get the last 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
Basically, the main stuff that happened is that you went to the headquarters, and Illith says that they're going to need about a week to figure out what exactly is going on with this whole gold situation and what they're actually going to do with researching this new place. And they were going to get back to you as soon as they could, but to try and chill out for a little bit, because you guys been on a lot of raids in a not very long amount of time. So then you went to your parents' house, Tom, and showed them your new furry hand, and that's kind of where we left off. So depending on what you guys want to do, it's kind of just open for the next week until it happens, and I kind of wanted to leave it up to you guys to think of things that you wanted to do. I have maybe a few events that might happen depending on what you guys choose to do, but how do you think it would spend this next week?
Just being boring as fuck. Same old Ahi. Just go home, chill.
I'm going to spend about a week polishing my new metal hand.
It's going to be so shiny.
Yeah, get a good sheen on there. If we could use it as a combo attack where Tom shoots it with his laser and it bounces off and hits an enemy around the corner.
Hell yeah. Is there perhaps some kind of tailor in town I can go visit to try to get a special glove for my little paw? Or should I just walk around with a just sock on my hand?
A mitten.
A mitten.
Yeah, so you can definitely go do that. I know one thing you said you wanted to do before was go to a doctor to get the hand checked out to see if they can find anything about it, to see if it's reversible or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing before we actually start doing stuff for real, let's go ahead and level you guys up.
Level up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Excuse
boy.
me, we're playing Fate as written, and there is no
well, you know
leveling
what?
up.
Fuck Fate is written. We're doing it my way.
Hell yeah, boy.
So
Should I get on Roll20? Or just...
Yeah.
I forgot that was even part of what it has been a while.
Oh, it's all good. So the first thing you guys can all do is go ahead and add +1 to your access, because you guys are becoming a little bit more well-known around town and are getting some higher up friends in the guild and basically just kind of get your names in the door. So I know Gil and Ahi, you both had +0 access, I believe, so you would now have +1. And Tom, I think you're at +2. You are even more well-known with everything that's happened. You are now at +3.
Hey.
And the next thing is what you guys can choose. So I'm not going to let you upgrade your +4 skill any higher. I kind of want to leave that as a cap. But
How dare you?
for any +3 or +2 skill, you can add 1 to it and essentially upgrade it a tier. Or for any 0 skill or +1 skill, you can add +2 to it. Or you can add +1 to any 2 skills in those categories, if that makes sense.
I can't do this. Is too much math. Can't do that.
Hang on, a +1. I can add 1 to any of my +2s. Or
Yes.
add 2 to any of my +1s.
So you can add a +1 to any of your +3s or +2s.
Oh.
Or you can add a +2 to anything that is at a +1 or a 0 right now.
Okay, I got it.
Or if you want, you can split that up and add a +1 to 2 separate skills in those tiers. So basically, you can think of it as you'd have to spend more points to actually upgrade your higher tier stuff, like any game or whatever. So your overpowered stuff doesn't get too crazy overpowered.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say that the metal fist kind of acts like a stabilizing bob for my harpoon, so I'm gonna up my proficiency by 2.
Nice.
Would it behoove me to increase my will? Because that increases like your stress and stuff, right?
It does, yeah.
I'm thinking about increasing my will. I don't know if I increase my physique. I don't know that I'm necessarily getting yoked down there, but I think the importance of mental fortitude is becoming more and more apparent to Ahi.
Right.
Just try not to Ralph every time we come up out of the abyss.
Does explain to me how having a +4 in one of your defensive stats works?
It's specifically physique. If you have +4 physique, it gives you 6 of each of your like physical and mental. I think if you also had +4 will, it gives you an extra mild consequence or something like that.
Okay, I was just curious if you know off the top of your head. I will look it up.
I just know what mine is.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, is there any reason why you asked Dizeni instead of me?
I just know that he's playing with a +4 to his physique, like currently.
Oh, gotcha.
We just don't fucking trust you.
I didn't know if you had memorized the special rules for those.
Duh! At a +4 or +3, you get +6 to your thing, and actually
And what else?
Nothing. At +5 or higher, which I'm trying to limit, at least for now, maybe when we get further on, you get a second mild consequence that you can use.
There's not even a place for +5 on our character sheets.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another... I don't want you guys to be like too crazy in any one skill just yet, because...
How dare you?
I mean, to be fair, it is still kind of early on. Still in layer 1.
On the level up, do we also receive more refresh?
On the level up things, I'm gonna say no for now. We'll probably leave that for the next one.
True.
Yeah, I mean, we already have 3, which is still kind of a lot.
Let's see. Should I increase my notice by 1 or my investigate by 2? Maybe my positive charisma.
Being a good investigating boy would be very helpful, since that's like largely what your character's good at already.
So far, we've really only done notice. I could increase that by 1.
I think you did like 2 investigates in the last session.
Nick, did I?
I know you did at least 1 when trying to figure out what exactly was going on in some places. And there was a couple times in the past, like when you were looking at the bird, when you're trying to find out what happened to Kathy. So you've definitely, you've used notice more than investigate for sure, but you have not used investigate.
Okay, yeah, I'll add that. It was average, it was a +1. I'm bumping it to a good +3.
No, I mean, do whatever you want with it. I was just...
No, it fits in with my character.
With a higher investigate, maybe we would have figured out that the fucking key was just the same key.
You guys didn't even look closely at that. I don't know if you'll listen to that part of the episode. It's like, so you notice the keys are kind of the same as before. Like, all right, well, anyway.
Yeah. It's
Look,
like,
just
it's
because
like
Tom is smarter doesn't make me smarter. And that's the real limit here.
it's like I heard you say that it's like the keyholes look similar as before, and I thought, okay, so we know we're looking for Abyss-style keys.
Right,
That's how I took it as well.
It's just like no one in their right mind would use the same key on their front door and like the safe in their house.
But to be fair to us, you never even mentioned like at all that the key that we'd been carrying the whole time and used on the front door looked at all like it could be manipulated.
Yeah, that's fair. Then again, I don't think you ever try to closely investigate the key.
Because it's a key.
What kind of psycho closely investigate the key?
You know what? Next time I want a picture of the key so I can put my own eyeballs on it.
I'm gonna ask for a deep description on every single item we encounter.
Yeah, send me a AutoCAD file so I can print out a physical copy of the key next
Oh,
time.
jeez. Oh,
Can
no.
you buy a 3D printer and pre-mail us all?
I'm sorry. I regret my actions. It's my fault.
No, you don't.
I don't know what I've wrought.
We haven't made you feel bad enough yet.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like Tom has got investigate. Gil, you said you got proficiency. And Ahi, what do you think you're going for?
Classic Ahi.
I still don't know.
We don't have to necessarily decide like right this second. Just for like next time you can like put those out there.
I mean, will or physique makes sense because isn't that like what Ahi's been looking for is like more protection?
Well, yeah, but it's like I got such harsh pushback last time when I wanted my small girl to be resilient physique-wise.
Hey, I have no problem
you're
with
not
that.
strong. Girls cannot be strong.
Those words never left my
Misunderstanding
mouth.
of the skill.
Yeah, well, no, it's just a problem with the skill itself because physique actually does make you stronger as well. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be physically durable, like a toddler. You know how like a toddler can fall down stairs and they just stand back up with their rubber bones and keep walking. You know, like that.
We add malleability to the.
That's a new aspect of Ahi.
I've been picturing you as like, you know, like Simone Biles was like professional female athletes, how their like shoulders are so big and beefy and all. That's how I picture you.
I just picture
like a big beefy girl.
I picture Coraline.
Yeah, honestly, much more like Coraline.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I actually am going to do physique because I'm looking at it now, and what I was thinking, like what I was misremembering, is like the difference between 4 and 5. I thought that was the difference between 3 and 4. That's why I was asking Zinni about it first.
Yeah,
because
yes.
I thought he had that second mild consequence slot.
Gotcha. So now you have 6 stress in that instead of just
both.
4. Nice. Cool.
I'm a beefy boy, female.
For the podcast, in summary, we have Gil adding +2 to his proficiency. We have Tom with +2 to investigate. And we have Ahi with +1 to physique. So, all right, now that we got that out of the way, what do you think is the first thing that you guys would like to do, considering you all slept over at Tom's parents' house? Would you all go to the hospital together to maybe look into more along the lines of what Tom's hand could be? You think you would go to this tailor?
I wanted to have a conversation with Tom's parents, like presumably after Tom went to sleep.
Okay, go for it.
What are the names again? John and Dawn.
John and Dawn.
Yep.
All right.
My actual parents' name.
All right, so yeah, after I don't know, would Ahi be staying up, Ian?
Certainly later than Tom, but I don't have to be part of this conversation.
Okay. I mean, Ahi could be there. It's just more Gil doesn't want Tom there.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily choose a time where Ahi is like just in a different room or something.
All right. Well, I'd say like after Tom's gone to bed, I'd like go down and like help John and Don out with like the dishes again. Be like, hey John, you think you could whip up a couple more of those margaritas?
You know what? I like the way you think, absolutely. And he gets to it.
All right.
I think we could all use another drink after what you guys went through.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a... We've only been here like, what, 3 days?
Yeah, you know, I've been around here for a little while. I've seen a lot of people come through our school, and while we don't necessarily teach rating techniques, you know, we're more of an academic school, we do get a lot of people aspiring to be raiders come through, and you guys have been some of the more active red whistles, let's put it that way.
You think active enough to get our blue whistles pretty soon?
Quite honestly, normal people, it only takes about a month to get their blue whistles, and with the amount that you guys have been through and the experience you've gotten, I'd say you could probably get it in the next couple weeks.
All right. See if we can set a new record then. But I wanted to talk to you about young Tom's hand, or paw, I guess you'd call it now.
Yeah.
Y'all seem pretty nonchalant about that. I mean, I know a lot of people come out of the hole maybe missing a hand or coming up with a little less than they did, but how often do people come up with something extra like that?
Well, to be quite honest, a lot of it, you know, has to do with us trying to support Tom and what he wants. The biggest thing is we don't want to freak him out, you know, as soon as he gets home. We don't want to get mad at him for coming back injured, you know what I mean? That just doesn't seem the right thing to do. So while we definitely tolerate it and we try to encourage him, I can't say it's something that I'm happy about. But it seems like he's been having a good time down there. Thanks again for looking after him.
I mean, I can understand how interested he is in the hole down there, but having a good time isn't what I think everyone should be doing in, like, arguably the most dangerous place on this planet. I mean, if there's one thing I learned out on the ocean, when I was a boy, and my dad took me out the first time, I thought I was fearless. I wasn't scared of nothing. But after a while, you learn that you need that fear to keep yourself alive. Just playing this stuff off like it's not nothing. I think Tom's going to rush headfirst into something he's not ready for.
I'm hoping this whole hand business will kind of put a little bit of fear in him. But yeah, I know he's been through a lot in the past few days, and maybe that'll take some effect on him. But if this continues to happen, we might start getting a little bit more stern with that. In the end, it's, you know, he's getting older, so we don't want to baby him forever.
Yeah.
It is his life.
I don't want to tell y'all how to do your job. I know every parent's got their way, but
I know,
just want to keep the kids safe.
Yeah, I gotcha. I know Orth is a little bit different in the rest of the world, and how eager people tend to be about this kind of danger, and how willing people are to let them have at it. That's just kind of the way things are.
I'm learning. But anyway, you guys seem to be pretty leading scholars in this town.
I'd like to say so.
You think there's anyone else around here that might know a little bit more about what's happening to Tom? Maybe someone that's like an expert on these more voodoo type artifacts?
Well, I'd say for this type of thing, the best person you could probably go to would be the head doctor at the CRG. Her name is Dina, and she might be able to help you guys out and figure out kind of what's going on with this hand, if it's reversible and if it's going to harm him in the long run. I was going to mention it to him in the morning, but maybe you guys can all go together.
All right. I think he wanted to take a stop over there anyway, so sounds like a plan.
Good.
And I mean, and despite a little bit of disagreement we have with our parenting, I mean, you raised a damn fine kid.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I clink margaritas with him.
He clinks back and takes a bigger than normal swig.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you would like to ask? Ahi, you want to chip in on this at all?
No, I think we established that I'm in a different room.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I know I wasn't there, but I'm just filled with so many warm fuzzies.
Are you like listening through like a crack in the doorway or something?
No. Getting secondhand fuzz.
You were kind of breaking up there, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out a bunch.
That was weird. I haven't changed anything.
Oh boy.
I haven't changed anything.
I know.
It's not my fault.
I'm not to blame. Well, it seems fine now. I guess we'll just continue. If it becomes a problem.
The magic of harmonizing things.
Oh boy. Try going back into your Discord, and the thing that you had changed before, the input sensitivity, lower that a little bit, and yeah, just do that.
It's not my fault. I'm not to blame.
It was the gypsy girl, the Discord.
I'm speaking words at my normal volume that I've been speaking at this whole time.
Yep.
Okay.
You sound good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys want to do anything else before the night's done?
I'm definitely sleeping. I've had a very long day. I need to rest up.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we all deserve a good rest.
All right. You guys get a good rest. And in the morning, you guys are once again awoken to the lovely smell of a delicious breakfast being cooked by Tom's parents.
Oh, yeah. Is it horse spaghetti?
Breakfast spaghetti?
Yeah.
Not quite spaghetti, but maybe just a few little noodles for you, Tom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Are Tom's parents like affluent enough that they would have meat with their meals?
Yes, but it's not anything fancy. It's like the most common types of like either abyssal meat or like most basic chicken, like the lowest grade that you can easily get imported.
Got it.
Okay, so you guys wake up, have a delicious breakfast, and I'm guessing, Gil, you tell Tom along with Daddy John about Dina at the CRG, the head doctor. And would you guys like to head over there for the next thing?
I would, since it's my arm and it's pretty alarming. Alarming.
Do all you guys want to accompany Tom?
I'll tag along if asked.
Yeah, I mean, we can all also go stop by and see Miss Stick Up Her Ass to see if they got our money ready.
She did say it was going to take like a week, so if you go up the next day and ask, oh, hey, is it ready? She might get slightly peeved.
Gotta keep the heat on the kettle.
He's not wrong.
Okay. So you guys head over to the CRG once again, and up a couple flights of stairs, basically where you guys have been in the hospital wing before. There's a few different parts of it, and there is one room that is dedicated to an office where Dina is, and if you walked into the CRG, Beatrice can have just like directed you where exactly to go to get to her office, and she is there going over some notes. Dina is here. Let me actually open this for you guys. She is now in the minor characters list. So she is known as the top doctor in the CRG, and pretty much by extension, all of Orth. She is a middle-aged, thin, doctor who has shoulder-length black hair, and she wears small square glasses and a doctor's coat. But at the same time, she actually has what appears to be a backpack that is attached to her. And when you guys walk in, she's like writing notes, and she actually holds the pen back, and like a little tiny hand comes out of the backpack and grabs it and like snatches it up, and the pen is just in the backpack now. And she looks up at you guys and says, "Oh, why, hello. Can I help you three?"
That is the coolest backpack I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Gil kind of jealously looks at the fact that she has 3 hands and he only has 1.
I guess I'll step forward and say, hello, are you Dr. Dina?
Why, yes, I am. And she like eyes you over, and I'm assuming, is your hand like secured in any way? Like, does it have like a sleeve over it, or is it just kind of out?
I like borrowed my mom's like knee-high socks or something, just like to cover it up.
She sees that and quickly assumes, "Oh, you must be Tom. I hear you guys had some run-ins down at the Abyss the other day, and may have had a little body morphage going on, I hear?"
It got a little out of hand.
Oh, that's a knee slapper right there, and she slaps her knee.
With which hand?
The third hand comes out of the backpack and slaps her knee for her.
Nice.
Damn, that thing is nimble.
Yeah, it's a pretty useful thing, I gotta say. But, here, why don't you come over here? She actually seems pretty eager to take a look at it.
I'll just kind of walk into, I assume she has an exam room. I'll like walk in and whip off the little sock and say, there it is. It's fuzzy. There it is.
Yep. So, yeah, I get she'll lead you into a little personal exam room. It's like a single person thing. That there's a chair there that has kind of in the same vein a little box next to it that kind of reminds you of the backpack. And she actually like reaches down and like presses a thing on the side, and it opens up, and there's a multitude of instruments on there, and the backpack hand goes down and like reaches and grabs a couple things out of it and like puts it in the backpack to like get ready for a series of a few tests. And she grabs her hand and just kind of like eyes it over and feels it, and it's like, this the hair seems finer than I would have imagined. It's actually quite soft. Can you go ahead and squeeze my hand as hard as you can?
I squeeze it so good.
It seems to be slightly stronger than what I would expect someone at your age to be. And that's actually, after maybe you've had a day to play around with it, you do notice that the grip strength on this hand is slightly higher than what it was beforehand. It seems like maybe the muscle structure around the hand itself got a little bit bigger.
It's weird considering if you think about Nanachi's hand, like the nubbins, like it should not be able to actually grip anything.
Yeah, does it have a thumb?
Yes, yeah. We can just call it like it's more hand-shaped than the pictures that you see with Nanachi. Like,
Aww.
Yeah, well, Nanachi's hands are supposed to be very hand-like and very functional, so just imagine that that's kind of what it is.
Morgan, for visual storytelling, what color do you think your furry new hand is?
Oh yeah, good point.
Well, my hair is blonde, so it's like a white blonde, so I would imagine the fur is the same, like a nice cream color.
Okay. So she continues on, and she actually gets a little bit of water from a sink that's right there and pours some drops on it. And you notice that it actually seems to bead up and slide off, like almost like it's got a little bit of water repellent to it. It repels water better than, like, say, human hair would. So if it were to, like, get completely submerged in water, it actually wouldn't, like, get soaked for an hour. It would just dry off pretty quick.
So the whole time, just imagine I like have my little notebook on my, like, resting on my other leg, and in my other hand, like, writing down, like, seems to be water repellent.
Yeah, she's actually doing the exact same thing. In one hand, she's holding a little notepad, and the third arm is like kind of like writing shit down in it while she's holding it. And she goes on, and the backpack goes in and snatches up a little needle that has, it's basically like a blood drawing needle. And she's like, this is going to hurt real quick, but I'm going to get a blood sample from it. And she just pricks her finger, gets a little bit of blood, and walks over to the desk and does a couple things and says, well, as far as I can tell, it looks like the blood coming out of the hand appears to be pretty similar to just human blood. It looks like your own blood is just circulating through it normally. So it doesn't transform into like monster blood when it actually gets to the hand, which I guess is a good sign. And
how red would that be, though?
Monster blood.
It just turns like green as it gushes out. And she continues on and does a couple more tests with it. And when she's done, she says, well, as far as I can tell for right now, it looks like it's something that is probably going to be permanent. You haven't seen any signs of it degrading over the past day or so, have you? And
no.
You haven't.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I guess if anything changes, bring it back, but as far as I can tell, it seems to be, functioning normally. It's not anything that's going to hurt you. I mean, I guess it's a little bit weird, but I'd say just kind of wear it as a badge of honor. It's something that I can't say I've ever seen before. So I've seen a lot of different scars and a lot of different effects from the Abyss, but never anything quite like this before. So, yeah, have fun with it, I guess. Let me know if anything cool happens with it.
I say, that's not entirely reassuring, but thanks for trying.
I mean, if you want, I can always, cut it off and do more experiments, and we can get you, a cool prosthetic instead.
Let's call that Plan B.
Gil does a thumbs up from the corner.
We can get you a second sweet metal fist.
Oh, yeah. I'll put my little sock back on.
Cool. All right, well, I guess unless you guys have any more questions, I've actually got some other stuff I got to get to, but thanks for stopping by. Once again, let me know if anything changes with it.
Oh, I do have one question.
Yeah.
Do you want those little lollipop jars?
Why, yes, of course. And
yes.
And guess what?
What?
It's shaped like a dinosaur. It's got a dinosaur lollipop.
Oh, yeah.
She hands it over to you.
See, I'll do mystery flavor. I'm feeling bold.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh, I know.
Oh, what you didn't know is it's like Birdie Bot's every flavor beans, and you just got boogers.
I got fish flavored.
Yeah, but
they're called bogeys.
But on the good side, it's got a Tootsie Roll pop. It's got a Tootsie Roll at the center.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Once you get
boogers with the Tootsie Roll on the inside, that's heinous. Yeah.
Once you get through all the boogers, you at least have a nice little Tootsie Roll.
You know what? I've earned a good flavor. Let's just say it's like cherry. I've earned that at least.
Okay, you get a nice little cherry dino pop.
Yes.
Holy shit. What a nightmare world we're living in.
All right, well, where to next, gang?
I mean, we got 200 gold.
We got money and time to kill.
Yeah, how much money?
Montage.
Yeah, how much money did we get again?
200.
200. Okay.
And you're gonna get more once they decide how much they want to give you.
Nice.
200 total, not 200 each.
Correct.
Oh, snap. Okay. Did we already divide that up?
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We each got 66, and we gave you the extra one.
Yay! I
I've
remember
got
that now.
127.
I have 82. Alright, well, let's head on over and do some shopping.
God, I wish there was a better store than that fucking creepy ass Odie guy.
Don't you ever besmirch Odie's inventory.
I mean, the thing is, I'd like to go to a different store, but I kind of promised him that I'd shop specifically at his store, and I'm really scared of what's going to happen if he finds out that I'm not.
When did you promise that?
It was like part of the deal that I struck with him because I like haggled for whatever I bought the first time we were there.
Was it worth it?
God, no.
Can we like stroll through some like street markets on our way to Odie?
So just so you know, like the stuff that's there, you probably wouldn't really have. You're about to get a large sum of money that you're expecting, or at least more than you already have. So if you want to keep shopping till after you get that next chunk, then that will save some time, and will open your options up.
All right, well, maybe we can check out some of the street vendors and get you something better than a sock to cover that thing up.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe a nice, like, luxurious leather or something.
Yeah, if you guys walk around, then there's definitely shops kind of like all over the place. You can kind of just stop at wherever. Let's say you go to like a tailor, and they would definitely be able to whip something up for you. Would you show them your hand and be like, could you please give me something for this?
Please.
That's a good question. Should I keep it under wraps? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, let's just go all out. Here's my arm.
The people there are pretty astounded by it, but they are happy to give you whatever you need. So, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something more cloth or more leather? Maybe some like chainmail type stuff? We can kind of get you whatever you want.
Ooh. Let's just say leather. I don't know. Leather is cool. Everybody likes leather.
Yeah, they take your measurements and basically just show you like some designs and say like what kind of leather.
Don't forget
you
my
want.
creepy little finger nubs. Gotta have full range of motion on those.
Right. Is it a full on like glove that like goes up your arm?
Yeah. Where does it stop again? It stops like mid forearm.
Yeah, like a little bit past the midway point.
Then yeah, it just like reaches my elbow.
Cool. Yep, sounds good. Yep, they take your measurements and say they'll have it ready for you in the next couple days.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can stop by in 2 days.
All right. Well, that's all I wanted. What about you guys?
I'd say let's wait until we get paid, or I'm gonna wait until I get paid to spend the big bucks.
Yeah, seems like a good plan. Y'all want to go see about how soon we can take our blue whistle test?
Yeah. Blue whistle,
idea.
here I come.
Cool. Do you guys just go back to the CRG and ask?
Yeah.
Cool. Beatrice would direct you to Illith for that one because she's the most available right now. She's just up in her office.
Damn it.
Yeah, so you guys go up and see her?
Sure. Let's say I like pick a flower on the way. It's like I can hand her a flower.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, so you guys go in and flower in hand. She sees you guys open the doors and is like, well, I didn't expect you guys to be back here so quickly. What can I do you for?
Beatrice, I picked you this flower.
No, this is Illith.
Oh, shoot. Oh, well, no flower for you, though.
Oh, shit. Damn.
We're just checking on, stuff. Anything new?
I mean, we literally just dealt with this yesterday. I told you to come back in a week.
Well, we're bored, Illith.
Do you guys, know how to relax? I mean, you've been in the cave, 3 days in a row, I know, but you take, a week off? I mean, you've earned it.
You know how to relax.
Yes.
Wait, no, hold up. I've watched this movie. This is the beginning of their romance.
Who, Tom and Illith, this 15-year-old boy, and this,
You've never watched a rom-com in your life?
and this, 38-year-old woman?
Disgusting.
Yeah, Tom's gonna teach Illith the meaning of Christmas.
Oh, I don't want it.
What do you do to relax, Illith?
Well, to be quite honest, I go home to my husband, and I like running a nice long bath and just sitting in there for hours, reading a book. I know that might seem boring.
Name Frasier?
How did you know?
just living around town, I guess. How's your son, Frederick?
Once again, how did you know?
That's a sick Frasier reference for you guys. I know you don't watch the show, but
Just a reference we can all enjoy.
A nice timely reference.
it's funny to me. That's all that matters.
As long as your players are having a good time.
All right. Well, if Illith isn't going to help us out at all, should we just do a vacation montage?
Well, Illith, I know the money might not be ready yet, but we were wondering if there's anyone we could talk to about taking our blue whistle exam sometime soon.
Jeez, you guys just don't want to rest, do you? Well, yeah, we could probably get something arranged for that. Once again, I'd say you should probably wait until next week once we get all this sorted out before we take care of that. But yeah, I can try and look into something to get that started. If you want that to be your next dive, then I could probably have that arranged.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
All right. Is there anything else?
I don't know, since we obviously don't know how to relax, you got any suggestions for us to spend this week doing?
Well, if you're looking for places to go, one of my favorite places is actually a spa just a couple blocks away. If you're into that type of thing. There's also some entertainment to be had. There's a couple stages around here that do shows occasionally.
You know we're not rich yet, right?
Well, I mean, they're not super expensive. You did just get 200 gold yesterday. I imagine you'd be able to afford to go to some of these things.
I guess that's true.
Keep in mind that, 200 gold is the equivalent of 20 grand, so. By the way, Ian, we're getting, we can hear your keyboard strokes.
Oh, no!
What are you typing for?
Oh, damn it, we have to start over.
Yeah. Let's roll it back, boys.
I say we do a little montage of Gil pushing me on a tire swing. He's looking wistfully some shopping.
Tom, you have a dad.
I buy Gil a number one fake dad mug.
Yeah, we don't necessarily have to play out every single day, but if there's a general stuff that you want to do until that time comes.
He's not springing for the spa or the show. She's just gonna go chill. Fuck that shit. She will be eating nicely every night, though.
Do we have access to that lounge place in the CRG we went to before, or was that just a special privilege visit?
That was a special privilege visit. That's usually reserved for black whistles and white whistles, but they kind of invited you in for just that little session.
Oh,
okay.
Rats.
I was just wondering if there was someone, maybe even Shiggy, just someone we could talk to about maybe if they have any advice on the second layer and like how their blue whistle exam was?
Yeah. If you want to go talk to Shiggy just about like abyss stuff, he can like spend the next couple days kind of just like teaching you some stuff in his spare time.
Or what about Lex? Is he someone we might be able to get a hold of?
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't he that scary guy that like yelled at us for going in the hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he is very knowledgeable.
I'd rather have Shiggy, but you know.
I want someone that's going to give it to us straight.
He is definitely that person.
If you can give it to me without yelling at me, I'll go along.
He won't yell at you. He'll just be stern.
I'll take it.
Lex gonna give it to you.
Got him.
Dang it.
Yeah,
let's say we do that.
Okay. Did you want to act anything out, or just say you get some like advice from him?
Does he have anything worthy of acting out? Or just like a general training montage?
We'll say that in talking to Beatrice, you learn that he still lives in the city. He has his own place. And you find out where that is if you want to go, like, knock on his door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask him about why he was, like, angry at all the people when he stormed out of the CRG last time we were there.
Right, gotcha. Okay. If you guys go to his place, it's in a somewhat secluded area of town. It's a small little place. And maybe actually kind of surprising because you imagine most of the black whistles that live here, you know, there's not a whole lot of them and they're usually pretty well off, but he is living in a place that definitely does not seem like it would cost a lot of money to live there, let's put it that way. And do you just knock on the door?
Yeah, with the metal fist, so it's like extra loud.
Assertive.
You hear a, "Oh, 1 second, I'll be right there." And he opens the door, and what do you want to say? It's just like afternoon time. So he's just kind of dressed in normal clothes and says, "Oh, you three, what exactly are you doing here?"
For the record, I am definitely standing behind Gil and Ahi because I have my reservations about him.
Hey, Alex, we just wanted to have a chat about the CRG and maybe, I know you might not approve, but possible advice on taking a blue whistle test.
You can tell you would expect a stern look to come across his face, but it's actually more of a solemn look at that. It's like,
can you remind us what test his son died during?
It was the blue whistle test.
Oh shit, I completely forgot about that.
Whoops.
And he says, "Well, I do have experience with that, so I'm happy to share whatever knowledge I have on it if you've set your minds on it. I apologize, my place isn't super clean right now, but feel free to come in."
We do that.
We
Do that thing.
Yeah. His house, once again, like I said, it seems pretty small, and it seems not very well kept. And it looks like he is the only one that's living here. And he goes in his kitchen and says, "Can I get you guys anything?"
No, thank you.
Just some water would be nice.
Oh, he pours you a glass of water. And you, girl?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay. He pours his own self a glass of water as well and slaps one down next to you, Gil. And sits down in his chair. You guys are just at like what appears to be his dining table, and says, "Well, what exactly do you want to know?"
Well, first of all, I was curious why you kind of stormed out of the CRG when we had that meeting with all those bigwigs up in there.
Now a stern look comes across his face, and it's like, do you really need to ask? None of them...
Yes?
So that bulletin board was posted right there with a missing girl in the first layer, not something that's very hard to get to. And I saw a few black whistles come in, look at it, and not do anything about it. So I asked Beatrice, and she told me that you three had gone with Shiggy just to go start looking around. And not that you guys aren't capable, but for something as important as someone's daughter being missing, I would expected some of the black whistles around here to maybe give two shits about it. So as soon as I heard that you guys were out searching for her, I decided to come along. And no one else did, and that kind of peeved me a little bit.
Yeah, thanks again for that, by the way.
Definitely thanks for that. That could have gone poorly.
Well,
and also thanks for not taking the reward, which you totally could have done.
I'm well off on my own. I don't need the gold. I just wanted to make sure that girl Abigail was okay. I know you guys are kind of still getting your start here, so you definitely need it more than I do.
If you don't mind me asking, if you don't care that much about the gold, why is it you still go down there?
Some say it's just a longing for what it could have been. You know, after I'm sure you heard, my son died. I spent about a year with my wife, and we tried to get past it, but we couldn't, and she eventually ended up leaving. She couldn't handle it here anymore, and I considered going with her, but I don't know, there's just something that keeps me here. Maybe it's just a sense of duty to try and save other youngins that try to go in there.
I look physically uncomfortable.
Well, that determination's specifically why I wanted to ask you for advice, because I know you give it to us straight. You actually do give a damn about these young.
Oh, I appreciate you coming to me. So what exactly did you want to ask about?
Typically, what do they expect of delvers who are trying to get their blue whistles?
So quite honestly, the test itself isn't anything really to write home about. I have a guide with you that takes it down to the seeker camp in the second layer. You get down there, you stay a couple nights in the seeker camp, and then you come back up with a guide. And depending on what guide you get, you could have a black whistle guide that's a pro and can protect you no matter what. Sometimes you get someone a little bit less experienced, like Shiggy, who I know for his age he is very, very capable, but he's still only a purple whistle. That's why he typically only does first layer and very occasionally second layer stuff when it comes to teaching classes. But in my circumstance, my son got one of the less experienced people, and once they got on the inverted trees down below, he was snatched up by one of the flying creatures. It's just as quick as that. It wasn't anything spectacular, and I wasn't even there. I wasn't allowed to be there because it was part of the damn test, and for some reason they say I can't be there. Sorry, that's bringing up bad memories, but I got the full story from the instructor, and I don't blame him for what happened. It's not his fault, but at the same time, I feel like if I was there, I could have changed something. But just know that no matter what, doesn't matter how experienced you are, sometimes shit happens. You can be snatched up by an abyss creature. Sometimes you get creatures that are way lower down that are more dangerous, and they just decide to come up sometimes, and you just got to be careful. You never know what's going to hit you down there.
So
yeah, it's
Very solemn.
yeah.
Now, I'm sorry if that wasn't the rousing, go get him attitude. Yeah, go fight the abyss. But I'm a little more realistic when it comes to these type of things.
Yeah, I can't say I was expecting you to say the go get him. It's very, what's the word? Awakening? I don't know.
The abyss is a dangerous place, and I don't beat around the bush. A lot of people try and say that it's a magical place full of wonders, and while it definitely is that, I'd say it's more dangerous than exciting.
A little bit of both, though, you have to admit.
Some people see it differently than me. That is
I agree
definitely
with you
true.
on that one. It's better to be careful anywhere you are. I mean, out on the sea, there's bold sailors and there's old sailors, but there's no old bold sailors.
Now, do you make up this folksy sea wisdom, or is that something you've heard before?
I have heard that one before.
Okay.
Did you
I actually heard that-
old-timey sailor sayings?
No, that one's actually from one of the Jackass movies.
God dang it.
It's like they're talking to the that guy that handles snakes for them, and Chris Pontius is like, there's old snake handlers and there's bold snake handlers, but there's no old bold snake handlers.
I like it.
Words to live by, Jackass.
Well, thank you for opening up to us, Lex. We appreciate your insight, your wisdom.
Well, you're very welcome. Feel free to come by anytime and ask any more. My next delve isn't for a little bit, so I'll be around.
Yeah. No, sorry if we made you go to any places you necessarily didn't want to go.
It's okay. I've been asked about it several times before. I think I've come to peace with it, but I do appreciate the concern.
Yo, Lex, what was your biggest find?
Well, if we're getting to the more exciting aspect of it, then I'd have to say, and he actually gets up and goes into his back room for a little bit and whips out what appears to be a sword that seems to be crafted out of, it actually kind of looks like, you know what Damascus steel looks like? Just that, like, yeah. It looks like that, except with big variations in the shading between black and white. So it kind of just like looks like this crazy, like, spiral, like, wavy pattern of all different shades. And he says, this sword I actually got on an expedition down to the 4th layer. It was probably one of the deepest places I've been to, down into a deep recess of a cave already down there, and I managed to find this thing, and it seems to be everlastingly sharp. I haven't been able to dull it, no matter how hard I've tried, and I usually take it with me on most expeditions. I imagine it's probably a grade 2 relic. So, yeah, this is probably one of my favorite finds.
Just stunned silence interrupted by Nate.
Oh,
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, check it out. And he grabs just like an old ragged book that's on there, chucks it up and just slices it in half with like no effort whatsoever.
I look horrified at the desecration of an old book. Just absolute horror.
Don't worry. That was some crappy book written by some idiot who tried to go down there. And
you look at it more closely. It says John, whatever her last name is.
Did you ever come up with a last name, Morgan?
I think I just don't have one.
All right.
Yeah, I think we stuck around with that. You're the only one with a sure name, Mr. Hawthorne.
The book just says written by Tom's dad.
Is it a recipe for how to make the greatest margarita?
It's a tale of how he found his most powerful artifact, the margarita maker.
The sacred texts.
Margaritas just didn't exist before this.
Well, is there anything else I can do you for?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, you ever in your delving days come across any like towns underground, like a little village?
Well, I will say I did hear a little bit about what you guys found. I haven't heard the full story yet, just kind of rumors that have been spreading around, but there have been things like that down there. I haven't really seen anything quite what you guys saw. Not anything quite that big, but there's definitely structures with those skeletons kind of scattered all about. I have heard tales of almost cities that are down in the deeper layers, but I can't say I've seen them with my own eyes.
There's some wild shit down
Yeah, what exactly did you guys see? I am a little bit curious about that.
Can we just like montage through us kind of like
Yeah. If you
telling them what we did?
Yeah. Are you like super specific with everything?
I mean, as specific as he cares to hear.
Yeah. I think the big things are like the skull, the egg, and like the research notes that you guys found. And he actually kind of like plops down in his chair and is like leaning back on it, so it's like leaning on the back two legs, kind of just rocking back and forth and looking up at the ceiling, and says, "Wow, guys, that's some crazy shit you saw. I can't imagine that anything like that would have ever been found on the first layer. I'm surprised it's kind of evaded us for this long, but then again, with its location being completely sealed off with the rubble and the forest and everything, I guess I can't say I'm too surprised. But, well, it sounds like you guys went through a bit of hell, especially with that skull thing. I'm glad you came back in one piece, and with you, Tom, it sounds like you got a new hand to work with."
He got an upgrade. We didn't get shit.
What did you call it, an upgrade?
Well, it's stronger. And
How
cuter.
much stronger would you say?
I'd say like maybe 20% stronger. It's not like you can crush rocks in your hand now, but
That's
But
bullshit.
like, I could open like spaghetti jars and stuff like really easily.
I mean, 20% increase is when you think about it, is kind of a lot. I mean, you know, that's talking about being able to lift like 100 pounds versus 120 pounds.
Yeah, but it's like hand strength. Like 20% more hand strength isn't exactly like changing your life that much.
That's still not an insignificant amount.
I'm sure it's useful for like rock climbing,
There you go.
which I
Yeah.
guess we do a lot of.
There you go. Yeah, you can hold on way better with that hand when you're trying to climb.
I'm so good at holding.
John's struggling to get the top off this new tequila. It's like crusted on there. Father, please, let me.
Allow me.
And who
And
knows?
like Fur gets in the tequila bottle, and John is just like ruined.
One of those gross like fingernail things falls off directly into it.
Oh. And well, kid, you never know. If you train that thing up, maybe it could be something real strong.
Well, as for now, it's just kind of soft and fuzzy. I'll like hold it out. Like, do you want to touch it?
If you don't mind, I would like to feel the fur just a little bit.
Oh, go on, get in there.
He feels it and it's like, wow, that's actually quite a bit more fine than I was expecting.
Apparently it's water repellent, like a duck or something.
Just like duck fur.
Yeah, it's like duck fur.
That's interesting. All right, well, good luck with it.
Thank you. I will put my little sock back on.
Hey, Lex. In your opinion, what do you think the CRG would do with something like that skull?
Quite honestly, that's one thing that I would hope would never see the light of day, but knowing how eager some of those people are about getting artifacts and selling them, that it might, thinking about it for a bit, they might sell that off to some foreign country for an exorbitant price, and who knows where it would go. I can't really say for sure, but I don't think it would ever be used for any nefarious deeds in Orth, let's put it that way. There's kind of an unwritten rule around here that there's no abyss carnage to be made up in the city. You can imagine how some of these artifacts, and he whips that sword up again and kind of is just looking at it. He's like, you could do some pretty big damage with some of the artifacts that you found around here. People use it for
a lot of damage.
People use it for exploring caves and stuff, but when you think about it, you could do some pretty nasty stuff with some of the things you find around here. And luckily, there hasn't been any wackos to really do that up in the city. And they'd probably be put down just as quick because there's plenty of other cave raiders that have just as powerful stuff. So it might be sold off to a foreign country, and who the hell knows what it's going to be used for there. But as long as it's not causing havoc here, then I guess that's okay with me.
That
I guess
doesn't
that's good
sound
enough
too
for
cool.
me.
Well, there's only so many fights you can fight.
I mean, but I hate to bring it up, but what about your wife? She lives elsewhere, right? What if that thing ends up somewhere near her?
He looks down at the floor for a bit and says, you bring up a good point, but quite frankly, I don't even know where she lives anymore. She kind of took off and didn't even tell me where she was going to go. She was pretty broken up about what happened, and we dealt with it in different ways. So I've kind of put that part of my life behind me. And you can tell, he looks pretty solemn. Looking around at this, dirty shack that he lives in, and, even though he's a Black Whistle, a really strong guy that could probably fuck your shit up, you can tell he's dealing with some pretty tough shit.
This is bumming me out, man.
Well, I guess there are just some things bigger than all of us.
Yep, true that.
All right, well, we'll get out of your hair. Unless you guys have any more questions for him.
Gil, he's bald. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
He's definitely not bald, but the joke is still there.
Have you distinctly said that he's not?
Yes. I'm pretty sure his description says otherwise.
Damn.
Actually, no, it doesn't, but in case... he does have a short black beard and similar length hair.
Damn. All right, well, let's keep the montage rolling.
Cool. Well, he bids you guys farewell and offers for you to come back anytime.
Guy.
So, for the next little bit, if you guys want, for Ahi, where exactly would you stay? And I guess Gil, where would you stay for the next few days?
I'd stay in my room.
Okay, you would go
my normal place.
Yeah, you would go back to the orphanage.
I'm still paying rent.
Yeah, he wouldn't try to live with Tom's parents for the next few days.
No, I have a place.
Yeah. It would make way less sense for you. Gil, I mean, they would probably invite you in to stay if you really wanted, but you could also just get a hotel or something.
Yeah, I think I don't want to. I appreciate the hospitality, but I don't want to impose for a whole week. So I'll just get a cheap motel in town.
Right. Okay. So, if you guys, is there anything more you want to do for like the next couple days until like the time rolls around? I mean, we could just say you'd spend the next few days, hanging out. You don't necessarily have to be hanging out with each other, or you could if you want, but however you want to do it.
Well, we should establish what we do with those days, but other than that, yeah, I'd say let's just fast forward.
Cool.
Yeah, just hanging out, facing each other a little bit. That's about it.
Cool. Nothing of note really happens to Gil or Tom in the span of time, but Ahi,
Oh no.
on one of the nights, let's say the third night after you guys get back, you are in your room at night. It's very late, and you probably maybe not quite asleep yet, maybe drifting in and out. And just as far as the layout of where your room is, I would imagine it's probably not too far away from Beltro's office. Basically, like how the rooms are laid out, there's, different levels for different ages of the orphans that are living there. And for you, because you kind of have a special privilege, there's probably some like actual guest rooms for visitors if they want to come in. And you might be taking up one of those rooms. We think that sounds kind of accurate to what it would be.
Yep.
Okay,
Sounds right.
Cool. So you also know that not too far away from your room is a small vault that contains a lot of the artifacts that are scavenged up and collected by Belchero, and it's basically the vault that stores all of these. And in the middle of the night, you actually hear a little bit of a ruckus right outside your door that quickly subsides, but it sounds like hushed whispering from two different people, and you hear them step towards that location. And you may find that a little bit odd because normally there wouldn't be anyone going in that direction at this time of night. What would you do?
I'll peek my head out and see what's going on. Could I make out any words from the argument? Or the
No.
hush?
No. All you can hear is like hushed voices.
Adult voices or child voices?
From what you can tell, they sound younger in age, but you can't really tell exactly how old they are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll poke my head out.
Cool. It is pretty darn dark on the outside. Do you have a light with you, like a glowstone or even the sunstone if you want?
You know goddamn well I always have my sunstone. Is it completely necessary to use that to navigate the hallway and
No.
see down it?
I imagine that you would probably actually have a pretty good knowledge of these hallways, so you could probably navigate around in the dark, but if you actually wanted to see these people, you would have to use a light.
Like, make out who they are or make out their location?
Make out who they are. So,
Okay. I guess that's not... I would not consider that necessary yet.
okay, cool. So, when you walk out the door, you can kind of hear those hushed voices a little bit better now that you're in the hallway, and you can hear them coming from the where the vault is, and the voices
coming back from the vault. But I originally heard them going towards the vault, correct?
right, like as they were walking by your room. So
okay, well,
yeah,
I guess lights on now.
yeah. So the voices before you turn on the light, the voices kind of go away, and you can hear like a little like clicking, like it looks like someone is trying to operate it. So do you like try and sneak up right next to them and like shine on the light?
Yeah, as close as I can get, and then squeeze really hard.
Yep, gotcha. So it being the sunstone, it is blindingly bright, and you probably have it in a position that's like behind your eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like cup my hand so it's like not blinding me.
Yeah, exactly. They do not do that, so it pretty much blinds them, so they shield their eyes, and you can tell that they are on the younger side. They look to be anywhere from, let's say, 15 to 20 years old, and it looks to be a boy and a girl, but they are completely dressed up in black clothes and they have masks over their faces. And right now they are just shielding their eyes. What would you do?
Are they holding anything?
Not in their hands currently. It looks like they were just trying to get into the vault.
So, what's up, you guys?
Who the hell are you? God, that thing is so bright. Turn it down.
Help but notice that you're wearing a cat burglar outfit and touching the door to the vault. Does this have anything to do with each other?
The girl looks over at the guy and is just like, "We don't have time for this. Just tackle her. I'll get the vault." And the guy gets up and starts running towards you.
I'm not going to slice some kid into ribbon.
Are you wearing your glove right now?
I always wear them.
To bed?
Always.
Do you ever wash them?
I wash my hands through them. They're permeable silken material.
Well, that's pretty gross.
Listen, I didn't say it wasn't gross, but it is true. It's the one hand-me-down from my parents. I'm gonna keep it with me.
Aww.
I would say, yeah, you can definitely be wearing it, and,
I'm not gonna use it on some kid.
Yeah. As this person tries to grapple you, they probably try and grab your arms, not even really thinking about it, and they probably grab that silk, the arm wrapped in the silk, and I know it's not exactly a very comfortable thing. They probably slice their hand a little bit. They're like, "Oh shit, what the hell is that?"
That's my arm. What are you doing? Stop it.
The girl in the background is continuous. She's still going at the lock, and it looks like she's actually making pretty good progress.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna attempt to just beat his ass, just suplex him.
Right, yeah. You actually don't have any trouble doing this. This person is clearly not a fighter in any sense, and they don't put up much of a struggle at all. I think we've established that you're a pretty big, beefy girl and could probably suplex him without too much trouble. And you do that, and you pin him to the floor.
I guess I'll just kick him really hard in the gut as I stand up and then start rushing towards the one trying to pick the lock.
Okay, yeah.
Just attempting to knock the wind out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, so, he kind of just goes, "Ugh!" and is kind of curled up on the ground. He's still even though he makes a noise, you can tell he's still trying to be quiet and not wake everyone, because they are still trying to maybe get out of here, not necessarily unseen at this point, but less worse for the wear. And as you rush the girl, she is completely dedicated to getting this open, and it looks like she's actually pretty close to it, but you get to her in time. What do you do?
Come on and slam. Welcome to the ground.
Yeah, her being unexpected, you just grab her and slam her to the ground in the exact same way. And are you doing this really loud? Are you doing this to the point where you think you could wake everyone in the nearby vicinity?
I mean, probably. If there's a scuffle in the hallway, it's a wooden building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way to keep that one quiet.
Okay. Let's say you might hear some different ruffles, but no one is immediately coming to your direction. So right now you have these two people just kind of on the ground, just reeling from what has happened.
So do you want to explain yourself before I continue beating your ass?
Oh, just hold up. The girl decides to take off her mask and show you, and you actually recognize her, not necessarily on a personal level, you just know who this is. This is a person named Ursa, and she is a previous orphan that used to live here before she and her brother were kicked out for being scoundrels.
Do I remember her name right off the bat?
Yeah, you would know her name.
Ursa, you son of a bitch.
The brother's name, let's just say when they were kicked out that they were kind of given a pretty big stink, like they were given a send-off and pretty like humiliated when they were kicked out by Beltero herself. And they were trying to steal food from the orphanage, and they managed to get away with it for a little bit, but then they were caught and found out, and she pretty much publicly humiliated them in front of the entire orphanage when she kicked them out. So the girl's name is Ursa, and the guy's name is Ulrich.
All right, noted. So you guys back to steal some... I don't know. I'm kind of like conflicted on like how badly I would really like care if somebody was trying to steal food. Like, what they did they not have enough? Like, were they just like hungry orphans trying to get food? I don't know if I'm really gonna crack on them for that.
I mean,
like,
yes, but they're also stealing it from all of the other orphans. There's a limited supply to go around, so...
Is there really? I mean, I guess we can talk about this off the podcast, but doesn't the orphanage have like a lot of revenue from having like free child labor?
I mean, it's decently funded, but people don't eat like kings, let's put it that way. So there was definitely some selfishness involved. Like they were like stealing like the meats,
I will
and
continue judging them harshly.
Yeah.
For being scoundrels. So you guys, you just back for round 2, or what's up with the burglary?
You saw what she did to us. That was completely uncalled for. We deserve more than what she gave us.
You don't deserve more than the rest of us.
She just kind of like looks at the floor and just looks kind of pissed off in general.
Out of curiosity, what specifically were you attempting to steal? Or just like, anything worth money?
She looks at the vault and says, what wouldn't we be stealing by opening that vault?
So just like everything?
Whatever's worth a damn. And this is where all the artifacts are kept. So you could tell there'd be a pretty good sum of money in artifacts in there.
I was just curious whether they were going after some specific artifact of note or whether they just wanted anything. All right, well, I'm going to call Beltro now. Just start shouting.
But before, like, as soon as you say that, she, like, grabs your ankle and says, wait, please. I don't even know what she would do to us if she found out. Please, just... If we agree never to come back here again, will you let us go?
I mean, you were robbing me, right? Like, I live here, right?
Honestly, I don't know how you can stand her, but I see what you're getting at. Why are you still here? You can move out. Why are you still here? Why do you follow her?
I don't know. It's cheap, and Beltra's always treated me nicely enough. I don't know, man. Weren't you an orphan too? Life's hard out there.
You're not entirely wrong, but I feel like we could do better.
Like, I've just been living here working odd jobs and, like, essentially just surviving, and you're stealing to stay alive, and, like, you wonder why I chose to stay?
Yeah, well, not everyone gets Beltro's favor. Not any one of us can just come live here for cheap rent.
Fair enough. But
So will you let us go?
no, no, absolutely not.
So what are you gonna do then?
I do yell at this point. Hey, we got some goons over here.
Yeah, you start yelling, and she tries to give you like from the ground, give you like a quick little kick to the legs, and like stand up and grab her brother and try to get away.
I'm not going to continue kicking their ass.
Right? Yeah. Are you going to try to restrain them at this point?
No.
Okay. If you don't do anything to stop them from getting away, they're gonna like run out of the hallway.
Guys, everybody knows who you are. You still live in Orth. What is your plan?
We're just trying to survive like everyone else. And they run away.
I will shout one last thing as they leave. Do better!
And they run off. And after about a minute, you actually see Beltro come down the hallway, and it's like, Ahi, what was all that shouting? Is everything okay?
It was those two, the Ursa and what was his name?
Ulrich.
Ulsa and Ulrich. You know, back for more artifacts this time.
What, were they trying to steal again?
You know it.
Oh, those damn kids. I bring them in here, I give them everything I can, and then they just go and try and take what's not theirs. Did they manage to get anything? It looks like the vault's still closed.
They actually, unfortunately, they were able to get these hands.
There's probably still like a little bit of blood on the glove from where he cut his hand on it, and she says,
"Ah, shit."
She says, "What did you do, Ahi?"
Oh no, that was them. They hurt themselves on the glove. You know how it is. No, I just, I gave them the razzle dazzle.
Did you stop them?
From stealing? Yeah.
I kind of meant like hold them, but I'm glad
where are they going to go? They live in Orth. If you want to pursue them, you know who they are.
All right. It's late for now. I can deal with this in the morning. Thank you for stopping them.
There's nothing to deal with. They're not going to come back. I mean, maybe they do seem pretty dumb.
Yeah, you say that they were never the brightest individuals. I know they're just trying to get along, but this is definitely not the way to do it. I'll deal with it later. Thank you for at least taking care of it for now.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, she did have a point, though. Why did you let me stay? Like, I know I pay rent, but, like, you did have a point. Nobody else was offered that.
She kind of just, like, is looking at the floor away from you, and just like, well, I don't know, I always just kind of liked you. I liked having you around.
Was it the all the charisma, or?
She just like sighs to herself and says, "Oh, let's just say I see a lot of my younger self in you."
Fair enough. I do appreciate you. Don't take it the wrong way. I was just curious.
Yeah, and don't feel like you need to stay here forever for my sake, but just know that you'll always have a room here.
I appreciate that.
All right, well, go ahead and get some sleep. I know you've had a rough few days in the past, so have fun with your week off.
Yeah, actually, I would. I'd head to bed at that point. But at some point in the week off, I would actually like to fill her in on.
Yeah, I would imagine
the details of
yeah,
what happens.
even before that, probably the first night that you went back to stay at the orphanage, I imagine that she probably would have questioned you about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. If she brought it up, I'd fill her in right away. If not, I'd just find a time at some point.
Yeah. Cool. All right, sounds good. You successfully warded off 2 kids from stealing gold.
Oh hell yeah! I feel morally questionable.
Now you level up again.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
You level up on your morality scale. We'll see if that ever comes back up again. Who knows? Big bad kids.
I'll teach them for trying to feed themselves.
Well, alrighty. So, if you guys don't have anything else that you want to do before the end of the week is up, we can go ahead and skip to a time when Illith actually calls you all individually and tells you to meet at a certain time of day at the same place that they told you, like the round table place, where you first explained to all the Black Whistles and Illith and everyone what exactly happened down there.
Guys, how much do you think we're gonna get? Like a milli? Split 3 ways?
I have a bad feeling we're gonna do nothing.
I mean, they wouldn't do that to us. We did uncover like one of the craziest artifacts in a while, right?
Even if it's like a super evil artifact, we gotta get paid for it, right? That's just how it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lex said they're selling these things to other countries.
Well, if you guys are ready, you can all 3 just go up together to the round table room.
Sure.
And yep, when you guys get there, Illith, Hogard, some of the Black Whistles, and Shiggy's actually there too, just to kind of like to sit in and see what goes on with it. That they let him come in just because he was your instructor. So, Illith says, "Why, hello, you 3. So it's been pretty difficult to try and figure out what exactly we could give you for all this, and I appreciate the patient waiting, at least, well, except for the first day, but he didn't bother us again after that, so I appreciate that."
It was incidental.
I definitely roll my eyes.
We were coming to ask about the blue whistle, mostly.
Yep. So, unfortunately, the egg isn't something that we can really find a direct use for in the near term, but we could probably find more specific things to do with it later on. It's going to take a lot more testing, and we don't want to let you make you guys wait forever. So we decided to just kind of call it and give you what we think is going to be a good amount. And this kind of rolls in with everything else as well. So all the artifacts that you guys came up, all the notes and everything. And yeah, I'll just go grab it real quick. And she goes to another table that's right there, and I'm sorry, a cabinet right there, and opens it up, and she has a gigantic bag of gold and slaps it down on the table in front of you guys and says, "I think about 10,000 should probably cover it."
Aw, yeah. 10,000 each or total?
10,000 each?
This is collectively.
10,000 each?
Unfortunately, we don't even really have the funds right now to do that, so this is kind of about all we could really muster for the immediate time being, but I feel like this is a reasonable amount to give you guys. I know you went through a lot and brought us up something really special, so...
Yeah, I mean, this is... I was just saying, Gil's speechless because this is like the most amount of money he's ever seen in his life, like in one spot.
It's as soon as it becomes clear that we're not going to haggle them up to anything higher, he goes fucking ballistic.
Yeah, this is equivalent to literally $1 million.
Oh my god!
Oh god, I could buy so many metal hands with that.
Like, I know this is a lot of money, so I can't really even say try not to spend it all in one place, because it is a lot, but you probably could if you searched around here.
Do banks exist in Orth, or do we have to, like, keep this under our mattress?
No, banks do exist.
I mean, guys, if we find a nice high-yield savings account, we could definitely invest in our futures.
Listen, all three of us go in on one. We just skim the excess off the top every year. Okay, we're living comfortably. Just kidding. I'm going back in the hole tomorrow.
Yeah. So we also talked about your blue whistle test, and actually, I'm surprised he's not here yet. But your instructor should be here any minute to do the blue whistle test. But in any case, yeah, is that going to be enough for you guys? I hope. And she kind of gives you a little smile.
I stopped going ballistic for a second to be like, yes. But
I think it'll do.
I'm gonna buy a monocle and a top hat.
Well, keep in mind, in today's day and age, $1 million won't last you forever. Sometimes you have to invest, and right as she's saying that, the door bursts open, and you see a very large, incredibly broad man with a long, bushy black beard and hair that has streaks of silver in it. And he pants a little bit and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, guys. It took me a little while to get up here. I had to tend to some business down in the first layer for a bit, but I'm here. How's everyone doing? How are you three? I hear you guys just got a bunch of money."
we're rich.
And Ahi, I don't know if you would recognize him. Gil, you definitely wouldn't, but Tom, you definitely would, considering you're a Rico superfan. This is Hellbog.
I knew it.
Yep, the big broad man from the show.
Wait, what did you call him?
What's that?
Is his name not Hogard?
No, not Hogard. This isn't the appraiser. This is it's Hoblog, the guy that chases after Reg and Rico.
Oh, all this time I've been picturing Hogard as that guy. Whoops. Okay.
No, Hogard is the really, really old guy that has the giant glasses. He's the appraiser.
It's that big, lovable boy. Man. Big, lovable man.
And he
do I know him personally or just know of him?
No, you know of him because he was like a really good friend of Rico and like Liza and that whole family and everything. So
I'll say, oh wow, it's Hogard.
Hoblog.
Hoblog or
whatever. Gil leans down. Who is that?
He was wrapped up in the
Rico.
whole Rico thing.
Oh, so he's one of them hero delvers.
You can tell he is still a black whistle. He's always had dreams of being a white whistle, but he hasn't quite made it. But that should not speak down on his skills because, well, I mean, you wouldn't know this, Gil, and probably not Ahi, but Tom, you know that he is an incredibly skilled delver.
Well, he's a black whistle, so.
Yeah, but even among black whistles, he is like one of the best.
Ooh-wee.
Woo, all right.
So he goes on and says, "Well, you three, I hear that you guys want to do your blue whistle test, and I was happy to be your instructor after I heard everything that went down there. I hear you guys got a pretty penny. It looks like a pretty big sack of gold you got there, so maybe you can spend it on some fun items before we go down to the Seeker camp.
Any chance we could just buy some blue whistles?
That's not quite how this works. I mean, I'm sure you could probably buy it off of some blue whistles, but what's the fun in that?
It was worth a try.
Good. Let's let's get some artifacts, guys. What do you think?
Yeah. Thing.
Hoblog, when can we head down there?
Well, I'm actually I've opened my schedule up a little bit, so I should be free anytime in the next week or so, whenever you guys want to go down.
How's tomorrow sound?
If you guys are ready to go tomorrow, yeah, I'd be happy to.
Sounds good to me.
Man, you guys are
Let's do
eager.
this thing.
Yeah, Illith kind of looks at you guys and is like, really? Like, after getting all this gold and everything, you're not going to settle for even a little bit? You're going to head straight back down there?
You don't become the best by staying in Orth.
It would be a very exciting D&D session, now would it?
Yeah, you already made us wait a whole goddamn week.
Yeah, well, most people usually take a month after a big dive, but you know what? Power to you.
Cowards.
Do me and Ahi know why Gil is so excited so eager to get to the bottom of this?
No.
And go down in it?
No, you guys don't.
Okay. Shopping montage?
Shopping montage!
Shopping montage! Okay, well, you guys get down there, and Odie is there waiting for you, eagerly rubbing his hands together, being like, hello, you three. I heard you got a big sum of cash just now, and I imagine that you want to spend it on some fun artifacts. Is that correct?
Hey, Odie, just because we got all this cash doesn't mean we're going to come in here and just buy the first thing we see. Oh my God, is that another middle hand?
Yeah, you guys don't need a house or investments or anything. Just come on in here and get some cool shit.
Listen, I hear your tone, but I do agree with your words. Let's get this done.
Oh, my tone is entirely sarcastic. Everyone knows cool shit is the way to go.
Cool shit, let's go! I'm 15, I don't need to worry about, finances.
I just made shop artifacts available for you guys to look through. So there's, I think, 4 new ones, and all of the old ones are still there. So I added some pretty high gold items on there just to kind of balance things out.
Busy bug?
Yep.
This is the bastard bumblebee.
You can't have the buzzy bee. That's too obvious. Gotta have the busy bug.
How could you? I don't think there's any reason not to buy 3 of the Abyss communicators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, guys. We didn't even think about the fact that 10K does not split evenly.
Someone's gonna have to get 1 extra gold from that.
Who's getting that extra gold?
Tom got it last time, so you can have it this time, Ahi.
Not so fast. I challenge you to a rock, paper, scissors.
All right, how do you want to do this?
I play scissors. You only can play rock.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, what a nice young lady.
I'm just kidding. I'll actually, I'll roll you for it. Just
for this single gold that you guys are definitely going to need to combine to buy things anyway.
That shit matters.
It does matter.
You just want to do a straight D20? High roll?
A D100.
All right.
Oh, boy. Oh, right down the middle.
Oh, it's a 50-50.
Oh!
Eight.
Don't worry. The next odd one will be yours.
Yeah, and going on to the next session, this is what I could come up with for like the past day or so. If you want to have any other things that you can think of, let me know. I can write up some more stuff. I tried to combine some of your most requested things into some neat artifacts.
I haven't even finished reading all of them. Just give me a moment here.
So I got 3,333 gold.
You know it. Plus whatever you had.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the artificial pillow reusable?
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't even have a cooldown.
Oh my.
It seems like foolish to not buy the field disruptor.
It is very expensive, but it does have an amazing effect.
I know I want the compact pick. Because I'm going to use every +1 or whatever to damage.
Oh my god, this fucking field disruptor? Yeah.
Yeah,
how is that not a special level?
We have to get that. Or we could buy 200 Abyss communicators.
Hold on, though. Maybe.
Keep in mind, it only lasts a minute.
That's still...
Yeah, and you guys aren't really to the level where you're facing creatures that sense only the force field just yet, but it will still definitely help. But against things that see purely off of the force field, it's basically like a complete veil around you for a minute.
What do you mean by that?
So
You'll
like
completely fend off creatures.
So, for example, you know the orb piercer from the show? The thing that stabs Rico and makes her all poisoned and whatever?
Yeah.
That sees using the force field. Like, its main sense is by reading the force field of the Abyss. So, by using this, it disrupts the field around you to the point where it will no longer be able to see you. Like, you essentially become invisible to it. But against a creature with, like, normal eyes, like, pretty much everything that you've seen before, like the spiders and stuff like that, they do have Abyss-sensitive senses, but not nearly to the level of, like, say, the orb piercer, so they could just, like, see you with their eyes. So being inside this aura might fend them off a little bit, but not completely.
What do you mean by fend off? So, like, they could just come through the aura and just kill us anyway? They just wouldn't like it very much?
No, so, like, things like the orb piercer, they wouldn't even be able to see you.
Yeah, but I'm saying something that would use their normal eyes. Would they still be fended off by it?
They would still be able to see you, so they might be, like, warded a little bit, but it wouldn't really stop them.
Okay, so it doesn't fend off creatures, it just stops them from seeing you. The ones that use the force field.
For the ones that completely use the force field, it essentially 100% fends them off. But for things that have eyes and shit, like the spiders or the birds.
What do you mean by fend off? Like, you keep saying...
It doesn't actively repel them, right?
Correct.
That's what fend off means.
Okay.
Is it not?
Well, I was using it in a more vague sense than that. So it
messes with their senses?
Yeah, it essentially stealths you against them. Like, they will not be able to see you at all.
Okay, well, that completely makes that way, way, way less valuable. I mean, it's still very good, but, like, it doesn't fend off creatures.
I guess I should say, in addition to it, like, they can't see you specifically. They will see this crazy disturbance in the field and, like, probably not go near it. So, like, if you were in an encounter with an orb piercer and it was about to attack you, and you turned this thing on, one, you would disappear to it, and two, it'd be like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on over there? Oh shit, what the fuck? And probably not go close to you.
Also, to what extent does it repel the curse?
Pretty much completely until you get to like the really deep layers, like the 6th layer, like that curse can still kind of get through it. Although, I was gonna say no one's ever really tested this before because no one's ever like gone that low. But the biggest problem there is that, because it only lasts for a minute, it wouldn't really matter anyway. If you're riding, I don't know how much you know about the lore, but there's an elevator that you take to go from the 5th to the 6th layer, and that ride is over a minute long.
How much over a minute? I mean, if we could nullify even a minute of it.
No, like you would still be you would still lose your humanity. Like it's way longer than that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like for a minute, you would be able. It would be more for like, oh shit, we're trying to get away from something. We need to go up real fast. Like we need to use Gil's grappling hook and like zip up 200 feet real quick. Let's activate this and ward off the curse for a little bit.
Still, so I feel like that's really good, but it won't pay off as quickly.
Yeah, it is very good, and we should keep it in mind, but it's not like we must set aside 6K for it right now.
Yeah, I wanted to have at least one, long-term item in there for you guys to build to.
I mean, also, like, if we're taking the blue whistle test, that almost guarantees we're going to have to come back up.
Yes.
Because
that's actually
test.
part of the test is coming back up from
so we could
secret camp.
Just buy, like, a few things, like communicators and maybe a pillow for each of us.
There's only one pillow, just FYI.
Okay.
My God.
Yeah, the communicators is the only one that there's multiple of.
Okay. Yeah, I know it sounds heinous.
I see you have it noted as each, so.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the compact pick.
You want that?
Yeah.
I guess that would make the most sense for you.
Yeah, I'm not a fighting boy. I need all the help I can get.
Maybe Gil, but I had the Harbinger's Halberd in mind for Gil.
Yeah, it's tempting. My only problem with that is Gil only has one hand. So I feel like a halberd isn't like a thing you can wield with just that.
A halberd? Yeah, a halberd is meant to be used in one hand on horseback as well. But
it also has the alternate mode where it turns into a mace, essentially.
Does it still work in that mode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. God, that cube sounds really useful too, though.
That's what I was just looking at.
Is the Harbinger Halberds roll additions, like adds +3 to defensive rolls and fight rolls, is that persistent?
Yes. Yeah. So
it's
specific,
not just like something you have to evoke. It's
no, that's just all the time.
free all the time.
Yeah. So the +3 is to any defense roll, and the +2 is not. You don't get +2 to fight rolls. It's just that if you land a hit in a fight roll, it adds 2 to the damage that you do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is
still really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing for the pick. That's what the player guide said to do for most weapons, unless it's something really special that would actually add to your fighting capability.
Mm-hmm.
But
so the compression cube can only hold one item at a time, like one big thing at a time?
correct. It can hold any one thing, essentially. And as I said specifically, it has been tested with things up to 2,000 pounds. But maybe you guys can test it with something else that's even more heavy, and we'll see what happens.
You know how convenient that would be for like cleaning, like a huge overgrown mossy wall. You just take that in, then just like drag all the ivy and stuff away, and just put the wall back.
All right, so I'm assuming we're all buying a communicator.
Yes. I'm subtracting it from my gold right now.
While you guys are deliberating, I'm going to go pee real quick.
Bet you won't.
Oh.
Alright, and I'm gonna refill my water.
Bet you won't. I don't really see anything here that I would want other than the artificial pillow.
Has someone bought the Everlasting Flame? Tom got that, right?
I don't think so. We can ask her when she gets back.
I mean, we might as well buy the pillow.
Yeah. But who is the only question?
It could be like a circumstantial thing, like if someone's doing an especially dangerous maneuver, we can huck it over to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like the only one that would be of the expensive stuff, the only one that would be like immediately useful is the compression cube, and even that's pretty circumstantial.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be all over that halberd.
It's so expensive.
Well,
yeah.
We would chip in for it.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like Gil's style.
What would be more Gil style?
These nuts.
Yeah, buddy.
Guardian.
Also, I like the idea of like keeping a free hand, since like he only has one hand that can actually be used for stuff.
Right.
Like in a fight, if I had to actually use my hand for something, I'd have to drop the halberd.
You can get like a neat wrist strap.
You can one of those hip things that like your key card attaches to, except really strong.
If you want, I can rework that halberd into a different type of weapon. It's more of a one-handed weapon.
Yeah, we can figure it out later. I mean, whether or not Gil would want that, I don't think I would buy it right now anyway.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to have Hablog to protect us, right?
Is true. What about... I haven't heard you talk about that busy bug. I tried to combine like 4 of your guys' ideas into one thing.
I'm sorry, the busy bug is not useful enough.
It's a cruel bastardization of what we actually want.
I don't know what it's supposed to be originally, but I like it.
No, I do like it. It's just not at all a priority. I'd buy it for like 500 gold. Or maybe less. But 3K? I ain't doing that shit.
Keep in mind, it can go into any small crevices and use to scout ahead and kind of see wherever you need to go. And
Yeah, I mean, I
we
like
can use
it.
the compression cube for 1,000 gold less to just tear down any wall we need to look through. Alright, I gotta go to PP Town. Be right back.
Hey, Morgan, did you buy the Everlasting Flame before?
No, I think you're thinking of the Intoxicator.
That's right. Okay.
I don't know, I like the Busy Bug. Maybe I'll buy it. And then someone else can get the compression cube, maybe.
You're buying the compact pick, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll just go ahead and pick up the flame, just to have, because it's cheap as hell and we're rich as hell now.
there you go.
Busy Bug or compression cube? That cube would have been nice so we were like dicking around with the skull and the egg in our sleeping bags.
Well, I think if you get the Busy Bug, probably either Ian or I will get the cube.
Alright, I'll get the Busy Bug.
We got so much cool shit.
Alright, it is done. Could you guys hear a bunch of noises coming from me during Ahi's whole thing?
No.
Okay, because the cat was just doing a bunch of dumb bullshit.
Yeah, he was running around down here too.
Yeah, so he kept jumping up into the chair with me, so I took his collar off so it stopped jingling, and I just kind of set it on the side table and forgot about it, and I kept hearing this loud noise, and he had picked up his collar and took it downstairs and was like throwing it around on the wood floor, making even more noise than he was originally.
What a funny boy.
And he stole my chapstick.
He does really like doing that.
Yeah, I still haven't found that other chapstick. It's just gone forever.
I mean, chapstick is fucking delicious.
Mm. I mean, it is, but I think I have taken away. Oh, and then he was licking his food bowl and like pushing it around the floor. So I think I took away everything that can possibly make noise on this floor.
You could also just like, when things like that are happening, just like mute yourself until you have something to say.
Wait, what?
Like in a scene where Tom's not in it, you could just mute your Discord.
Doesn't that make a noise though?
No.
Oh,
You
you
don't-
guys don't hear that noise?
It makes a noise for you, but not for everybody.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I will do that in the future. That's a long ass pee he's taking.
He's got a big fat cock.
Disgusting. Hey, cat. Now I'm suspicious of how quiet it is.
Nick Potter, what am I gonna do when I'm done with Persona?
I don't know, man. I just have to like live life again.
Why would I want to do that?
I know. After coming out of Persona, I don't want to
Yeah.
go back to my normal life.
Didn't you like have an existential crisis when you finished it?
What am I gonna do with myself now? I can't be a little teenage boy killing God. What's my
So
life
fun.
if I'm not doing that?
It's so fun being a little anime boy.
I know.
It feels so cool.
Yeah. Remember that time you dodged chalk from your teacher?
Yeah. Dodged so much chalk. Everyone liked me.
Yeah.
But then, like,
what the fuck?
You get one question wrong, and everyone's like, "Look at that fucking idiot criminal."
Yeah. And
like
What are you talking about?
I have max of all like stats, and they're like, "What a fucking piece of shit thug criminal." Fuck him.
The fuck are you talking about?
Persona. And then if you get an answer right, they're like, "Nani? Oh my god, I got a copy off of his homework." Were you top in your class?
Hell yeah, I was.
Hell yeah.
How do you get questions right and wrong in that? Like, what does that mini game look like?
It's multiple choice questions that have like actual right and wrong answers.
Are they tied to the world, or are they actual like academic questions?
They're actual academic questions.
Yeah, there are some that like I don't know how, like, unless you have like an intimate knowledge of like Japanese culture or something.
Yeah, it's definitely meant for a Japanese audience. I won't lie, I did cheat on some of those.
They didn't think to localize those.
Nah.
Well, I think like I'd say 75% of them, like a intelligent person could get without looking it up.
Actually, to be fair though, like it's a Persona game, so like fuck everybody who's not a weeb.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the word with the everlasting flame? I heard you start to ask that as I was getting up to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I just Tom didn't have it, so I just bought it because we're rich as hell.
Oh yeah.
So Tom bought the busy bug.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I don't know what it was supposed to be originally that makes y'all so sad, but I like it.
It was my I don't even know where did we start putting our dumb ideas for? Oh, it's probably in the Abyss chat.
It's in the Discord, yeah.
So keep in mind the busy
Oh
bug.
god.
You're not doing this right now, but think of all the espionage uses that could have.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, you are definitely correct. Also, I opened up the Abyss channel and my ping immediately went from 49 milliseconds to like 1200 because it was loading all the GIFs and fucking Rule 34.
And that lovely spaghetti vase.
Oh god, fucking Super Saiyan stew pickles.
What the shit?
All right.
Oh, by the way, so for the compression cube, I thought it might be interesting to like have you guys like actually play around with it, but there are definitely limitations on it. You can't just like put it up to the fucking cliffside and like all of the abyss just disappears.
Could you? No, only 2,000 pounds of it.
It said it has been tested up to 2,000 pounds.
Okay. No. Only like a certain number of pounds of it.
And also, if you were to just stick it up against a steel wall, would 2,000 pounds of it just disappear from that wall? Or would it error out? What would happen? Who knows?
You get sucked into the cube.
Yeah.
Have to fight your way out of the Phantom Zone.
There's a rebound.
So are one of y'all getting the compression cube?
Nah.
I really like it. I'll get it next time.
Yeah, so for that, you do know that it will work for any singular object that's at least less than 2,000 pounds. So you could put like, I don't know, 2,000 pounds worth of food and like stuffed in a giant box, and then you put the cube up next to the box and it would just suck it all up, and then you could take it down.
Oh, is food not organic material? Is it like only living organic material?
You know what? I said food. I didn't mean food. I meant just like supplies and shit. Like, let's just say, let's say water. 2,000 pounds of water. There you go. Yeah, I specifically said inorganic to not include food or creatures.
Okay.
And my example was one of the things I specifically meant not to include.
Do you think we should get the pillow too?
I think I'll buy the pillow.
If you get the pillow, I'll get the cube.
I mean, that seems a bit unfair for like the amount of money we're both spending, but
I mean, we can always pool money later. It's like,
oh. All right, sounds good.
All right, I'm buying that cube.
Nice. Nick, when I picture that cube, I'm picturing like the fidget cube that's sitting on the table down there. Is that right?
Yeah, something kind of like that.
Fucking criminal.
Oh, I guess I didn't like focus on the jet black part. I pictured like the Tesseract from the Marvel movies.
It's definitely smaller than that. Yeah, it like I said, it's like the size of a marble, so it could like easily fit in the palm of your hand.
Okay, but like the big shooter marble or like a regular marble?
Let's say it is an inch long on one side.
Just
Actually, no,
one side?
That's a shooter.
A centimeter long on one side.
Hold on.
You and your
So
goddamn
small.
metric system.
Yeah,
Metric for life.
yeah. I thought about an inch, and I was like, that's a little bit bigger than I was envisioning. A centimeter. So it's a centimeter cubed.
That's
A
so
1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cube would be so unwieldy. So hard to hold. That's like a sugar cube.
I think you'd have a bigger problem in losing it more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm
Gil's
still
big,
just gonna picture my fidget cube.
Yeah, Gil's big leathery finger is too big to push the indent on one of the sides.
He needs to like get a
Tom,
pen
get over
or
here.
something.
We'll
He has
just
to put on like little spectacles, and he's like a toothpick.
He uses the tip of his spear hand. If it ever dulls, it's just fucked.
we'll just say it's small enough to where it doesn't really take up any discernible space in your pack, but it is also big enough to use comfortably in the hand.
So like 1 inch by 1 inch.
Sure, whatever.
Should we go ahead and establish the canon that we replace our sleeping bags? Since we used all 3 of them down there.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, you don't want your sleeping bag back now that it has a spooky skull in it?
Oh yeah.
It'll never truly be clean again. I'll like always think about it. Whenever I get in it, I'll just get a new one. It's fine.
I imagine it's just sitting in like a trash can at the CRG right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a nice new sleeping bag. Should I take money out of my inventory for my little glove and stuff?
Make it like 5 gold.
Okay, cool.
Whoa! That's an expensive glove.
Yeah. It's fine leather. It's like some of the nicest leather that you've seen. I thought you guys were high rollers now. You don't give a shit.
Well, now I'm down to 210 gold, so I'm not a high roller anymore.
We did buy that before we got paid.
It's true.
Okay, 3 gold.
Wait. When it says the object will appear back in the same position as when it was absorbed, does that mean if I like pick up a boulder and then I like move a mile away, the boulder will just go back to where it was?
No. So that is in relation to the cube. So
Okay.
like, yeah, if
Same
there's like,
orientation.
yes,
got it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna start fucking around with the communicator. Come in.
Oh, I definitely like get behind Odie's desk and I'm like, like underneath it, like, come in, Ahi.
Wait, I can't hear. What number do y'all have it set to? I can't hear it.
69.
It's the one where it's a little curved next to a horizontal with a little vertical through it.
God, I can never figure these things out.
Oh, he's just looking at you like you're fucking insane.
I mean, does he know that last time we bought a laser weapon, we immediately went outside and shot one of us with it?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because Potter erased it from the podcast.
Yeah, it didn't exist in the podcast, therefore it didn't happen.
So,
I know, I was sad.
What do you mean you were sad? You're the one that took it out.
Yeah, I had to take it out because the audio in that particular section was really fucked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It had these dumb voices going the whole time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. They're like screeching and laughing and stuff. Made me real mad. The sounds
most autistic thing I've ever heard somebody say. They were fucking laughing, having a good time, fucking pissed me off.
there's no fun in D&D.
It's not D&D, you Philistine!
I don't even know
Sorry,
what
are we in Roll20 or are we not?
Roll20 is not for D&D, it's for a bunch of different things.
Okay, well, in my mind, it's for D&D.
If you scroll to the top of this thing, it's called a fate sheet. Oh, it's actually not listed on this sheet. Oh shit!
Roll
Now I
20.
look like
There
a
are
fool.
20 different games on it.
So it actually worked. No, I can't figure it. You're messing with me.
Oh, look, it's Hablog.
Hey, hello.
I forgot to add him in there. There we go.
Why do you not have a picture of him?
Yeah, no character portraits.
Because I didn't have time. I'm sorry.
No
I was going to add it in
character portrait
later.
of Lilith either. No
All I have to
character
do is just
portrait of
Google Lilith Stern and Crane from Frasier. Boom, that's it. That's it.
Rex. And just run it through one of those shitty Photoshop filters that makes it look quote unquote hand drawn.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm going to do that with your parents for the John and Don portrait.
Oh, dear God, please no.
Do fucking Willy's World portraits for all the characters.
The shittiest paint drawing.
You remember when your mom did that with a picture of Dave and gave it to us framed? Just took
Pretty
a regular
good.
picture of Dave and ran it through that exact filter.
It's pretty good.
All right, Gil runs outside and looks for the first big heavy object he sees.
Oh boy.
What's the first object he sees?
Let's just say there's some like slightly larger rocks on the ground that aren't part of any structure. So you don't just like floop up someone's stuff.
Whoa. Did he ask for your editorializing or did he ask for the first thing he sees?
You know what? That's a good point. You see a large support beam for the bridge that leads into the...
You see a jungle gym with a bunch of kids playing.
I touch it to one of the children. It sucks the shirt off the kid and like police immediately swarm around me.
I have a question. If you do it on like, say, like a small boulder, whatever, it's under 2,000 pounds, and then you leave it in there. Later on, you try to do it with another small boulder. Will it work, or will it make the second boulder, or will it make the first boulder reappear?
The first, so you press the indent once, it sucks up whatever thing. The next time you press an indent, that thing will pop out.
So it can only hold one thing at a time.
Could you imagine the fear of not remembering whether you had something stowed or not? Not knowing if a building's going to come out or not?
Oh yeah, Gil immediately like puts it to a small boulder outside, presses the indent.
Cool. What are you thinking of in your mind at the time?
Sucking up this boulder.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. So if you have the picture of that boulder in your mind, it sucks it up, no problem.
Interesting.
I mean, we could test that more by trying to suck up things without Gil looking at them, but we wouldn't know to do that. That's quite meta gaming.
Extreme metagaming.
Yeah. I say you should just play around. I kind of want to see where this goes. This sounds very entertaining.
I definitely have some shenanigans planned for this thing.
Oh god, just do it. Just get something. Go for it.
No, fucking wait till later when I can do. It's like a cool moment or something.
How about this? I'll play with my busy bug, and say there's like a cute, like
okay.
fellow 15-year-old girl that lives near here, and I like go up to her window.
Oh, what? Oh.
Tom,
Not-
what the fuck?
No, just like
How is that not in a creepy
you go
way?
to peep in her window in a non-creepy way, right, Morgan?
I don't know. I pictured it as like a not weird thing in my mind. That's never mind.
How?
It's 1,000 times creepier that for some reason the fact that you specified it's a 15-year-old girl made it creepier.
I am 15.
I know, but if you had just said a young girl, it would have been less creepy.
Well, just I thought it was less creepy to say a fellow 15-year-old, not like a whatever. Fuck you guys.
Wait, first off, just because it does have a little bit of preparation to get the busy bug working, and I want to see how this goes. So with the bug itself, it comes with that pin that you stick into your temple.
I mean, Tom's already a fucked up, hideous monster. Might as well just
Yeah,
lean into it.
I mean, I can't imagine like diabetics have the little thing that sticks into their stomach. You know.
Yeah, it's not like a giant spike, but it is.
Yeah, it's like a little thing. Yeah, it's not pictured.
Yeah. So you do have to insert that into your temple. Is that something that Tom would like cringe a lot at?
I like moisten like a rag and like clean my temple off, or like to like sterilize it.
You moisten it with your spit, though.
Just spin on it. All right, now it's clean.
There
And
you
then
go.
I guess I just kind of go for it.
Yep. You ram it in there, and it kind of hurts like hell, but it seems to like mold into it.
Things are getting fucking
Oh God!
spicy.
Oh boy! And it seems to kind of like mold to your temple a little bit, and that now seems very secure in your temple. And when you hold your finger up to it and concentrate a little bit, it takes a second, but you flip over to the perspective of the dragonfly, and it actually feels like you are the dragonfly, like body and everything. So it would probably take a little bit for you to like get used to this, but you have the ability to like fly and see. Sight is pretty much exactly how you would expect, but you have a wider field of view because you've got like dragonfly eyes. And well, I know physics would dictate that you would see very, very differently than a human would. We'll just say it's like a human, but a wider field of view.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna like zip around, like buzz around like Ahi's head, like.
Yeah, I imagine you would
Draw.
like smack into their face a couple times before you actually get the hang of flying around. But
Like,
As soon as he
sorry,
flies away,
sorry guys.
as soon as he
Excuse
flies
me.
away to a good distance from his body, I'm gonna fucking pants him.
Just, I guess I just don't
brainstorm,
react.
yeah, you could see this happening as the dragonfly.
Well, no, I wait until the dragonfly flies away.
I see
see.
what you're saying. So now he is just pantsed on the ground until I guess the dragonfly comes back.
Aw, you're a bad person. You're bullying me. Yeah, I just kind of like
true.
zip around and look at the town, and then I'll like come back after a few minutes and realize that I am pantsed.
Wait, just to prove this thing works, go fly as far as you can and bring me back like a little pebble.
Can it pick things up?
Yeah.
All right,
Anything.
What is the weight limit on that little thing?
So it's pretty much exactly what you would expect from a large dragonfly. So I guess you should say specifically the size of this thing. Like dragonflies around where we live, they're pretty small compared to like how big they can get. Think of something that's like twice as big as one around here. So maybe a total of like 4 or 5 inches long.
I don't know. We got some pretty decent sized ones.
Here's the important question. Could the dragonfly carry something, say, about 1 centimeter cubed on each side?
I would say that while that cube is pretty dense and heavy for its size, it could just barely fly with it, yeah?
Oh my God.
It's good to know.
Yep, so have fun with that.
The real question is, would it be able to push in the little indent?
It's got little hands.
You know what? Just because I like where this is going, yes.
Fuck yeah.
I want to make like a little like harness so it can like just kind of have it in a sling hanging around its body and my little legs are free. Yeah, alright, I'll just kind of zip around. I'll go find like a small, I don't know, like a freaking dandelion or something and bring it back and place it behind Gil's ear, practicing my dexterity.
It's on your way back that with the flower that you notice that Tom is pantsed.
I change course and just like shove the dandelion like in Ahi's mouth. Like, take that, piece of shit. Choke on it.
Dandelions are edible. I'll show you, I say as I chew on the extremely bitter dandelion.
Yeah, I guess I'm back in the body, pulling up my pants and like firmly reapplying my belt. I assume I'm wearing a belt.
So the first time you try to get out of it, it might actually seem a little bit weird because there's no like immediately discernible way to get out of the dragonfly, but after you sit there like concentrating on trying to get back to your body for a little bit, you kind of get the feel for it, and I'd say after like a minute, you manage to come back to your old body.
I'm a little boy again! Hooray!
You are 15.
I'm a medium boy again! Hooray!
Oh boy. Let's just say he's a late bloomer.
Something like that.
This is special.
Alright, well, if we're done dicking around in front of Odie's shop, spaghetti dinner? Spaghetti dinner?
I'm on board.
I mean, if you're offering.
Oh yeah.
You guys all go to Tom's house and like, are you guys just coming over uninvited? I mean, okay, that's cool, I guess. I'm happy.
My parents would never.
They even say that to Tom. Like, Tom, you just coming by uninvited?
Absolutely not. My parents are generous, good people.
No, they are very happy that you show up, and they're very hospitable, and because you demand your spaghetti dinner, they make it for you and everyone else.
Yes.
And let's just say, Hoblog said to meet him tomorrow in the morning at the CRG headquarters.
Got it.
Cool. All right, well...
Don't leave me hanging. I need a 45-minute RP about that spaghetti, boy.
Yeah, we did do that for a pretty long time on that one episode.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Can I spend a fate point to say there's a situation where, like, Tom's dad is legitimately trying to open a jar of spaghetti and can't get it open?
You know what? Yeah, go for it.
Not a jar of spaghetti sauce, a fucking jar of spaghetti.
Claude.
It's spaghetti in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has 3 fate points to blow before the end of the session.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
you gotta use them creatively now.
Well, I don't have to use them creatively.
Am I remembering correctly that we like changed how the fate points are used, or am I making that up?
No,
we did a lot of clarification because we did.
Yeah, we clarified for the artifacts that you guys had specifically that were no longer like requiring fate points to just fucking use them, because that was kind of dumb.
But if I use a fate point to like make Ahi or Gil do something, you get that fate point to make like an enemy do something against us.
Well, no, if you use it against another player, the other player gets it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you actively use it against me, then I pick up that fate point, and same thing for me against you guys.
Okay.
Me being any, like, NPCs.
Okay, got it. I am ready.
Ready for what?
For catalog.
Hey, Tom, your dad's struggling with that jar of spaghetti over there.
Oh, snap. Allow me, father. I say, like my deepest, like, man voice. Should I roll for it? Like, what? Do a little strength physique roll, or just like pop that sucker wide open?
Oh no, let's see how good that hand is.
That'd be physique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chapow. Wait. Chapow.
Oh no.
That's
Just
exactly
average.
neutral.
Both times.
Yeah. What did you say you spent a fate point on it?
Wait, am I using it because Gil did, or?
I would say you can spend a fate point and make that a +2 instead.
Oh, yeah, we do that. I can embarrass myself in front of my papa.
There you go. So with your new strong hand, you managed to pop that sucker open.
I open it so good and so fast.
Oh,
Amazing.
You do it so good that like you spin it off real fast, and there's like a little bit of that sauce that's like on the top of the lid, and it just kind of flies out a little bit and sprays on your dad.
you can tell he's proud of you, but at the same time, something deep and primal inside him. He feels threatened.
He sees the sauce on him, and he's just like, the sauce. No, not the sauce.
Can we also say that in our shopping montage, I bought like a special little brush just to brush my arm fur?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
It came with the leather glove. That was a freebie that they gave you.
Is that because of my access?
Yeah, there you go. They were like, ooh. They actually like, as you guys like start wandering around like with the like testing out your gear and stuff, you actually see that people kind of like are noticing you, especially Tom, because he has this new wonderful arm, and you might actually have a couple people come up and like ask you about it just out of the blue.
I mean, I don't take my glove off when I'm like out and about. I probably will when I'm in the hole or in the abyss, but if I'm out and about, I'm gonna wear my gloves.
Yeah,
My glove.
news spreads fast north, even stuff that is not necessarily supposed to be known to the public. So not only are you now the son of these famous teachers, you are now the son of these famous teachers with a friggin' abyss paw. So
I'm a very smart son with the abyss paw.
there you go.
I am a prodigy child.
So you might get a few people that come up and like just ask you out of the blue.
Should I add that to my aspects or no?
That's just a part of your
Okay.
yeah. The fact that you have a +3 now, and that are pretty well known.
Okay, cool. Yep, I guess I'll be a good sport and be like, yes, here is my paw. There it is. Yes, it's very soft.
You get a few like little kids that like really like it and like want to rub it and like are a little too forward about it for your comfort.
But
As
is he
small
more
children usually
popular with the ladies?
With the 15-year-old girls.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I said it.
Yeah, the one girl that he was stalking on, he sees in the streets, and she comes up to him and
She doesn't even shudder at his paw.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, boy. All right, so enough about my paw. Let's get some gosh darn blue whistles up in here.
Cool.
That
So
whistle.
you guys have a wonderful night's sleep and wake up to another beautiful breakfast from our lovely John and Dawn. And then you meet Hoblog at the CRG, ready and raring to go. And then next time on Dragon Ball Z, we'll find out what happens.
Oh, got us. Got us.
Whoa!
I actually can't tell if you're kidding or not.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because we did a fucking like 6-hour one last time doesn't mean we need to do that every time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going for 2.5 hours now, and I did say it was gonna be a shorter session, so...
I mean, I'm not complaining,
Pretty
I
short.
don't know.
I'm happy with all the goodies we got.
Hell yeah.
If you want to RP some more testing before we leave, then I'd be happy with that.
I think Gil would just like, as he finds like bigger rocks around town, would just like swap out the one he has, suck in the bigger one.
How big would you go? Because you could go pretty big.
I don't imagine the boulders would get like too crazy big like in town.
Yeah.
2,000 pounds is not that big of a boulder.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you could test higher than that and see what happens.
This is to go even further beyond.
I mean, I don't know what would happen, because I don't think Gil would like instinctively know how like if a boulder is 2,000 pounds or not.
So more specifically, it might be good. I don't know. Do you want to resolve the testing of this next time, or do you actually want to like try it out now? Because there's a specific way this thing works that you haven't really figured out yet.
Yeah, I guess Gil will just keep testing bigger and bigger boulders.
Okay. The bigger size boulder you get doesn't ever really seem to really affect it that much, as long as you have a pretty good idea of like the actual size of the boulder. Like you get a good look at it, see the dimensions, and when you're pressing that button, you kind of know what it is you're trying to get.
So would this continue even to like boulders where even Gil would be like, that's gotta be bigger than 2,000 pounds now?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so the 2,000 pound thing, I specifically said it has been tested to things that are up to 2,000 pounds. So This thing has not been fully tested in the way that maybe you are trying right now. You get the feeling that maybe it's something that they found recently that was just pawned off.
Interesting.
Neat. Is this still part of the recording?
I mean, I'm still recording. Actually, before we do anything, let's do an end sync, and then we can continue if we need to. I just need the 2 points. So when I say hey, you say ho.
Oh, ho.
He didn't say it.
You
Yeah.
would say hey.
Is this like some bullshit Simon Says?
Oh boy, I'm sorry. Hey,
Oh.
hey,
Ho.
Oh.
Oh.
hey.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess what's like the biggest rock Gil would have been able to find in town and suck up?
The biggest one that you can immediately find is probably something on the order of like maybe 5 or 6 feet in diameter. That is not like a part of anything else that you would feel comfortable just sucking up into this thing.
Okay.
It's not like a part of someone's garden or a statue or something. And
I will very importantly note down that is what I currently have inside the cube.
oh, so you're keeping that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You never know when it's going to be useful.
I didn't know if you're going to try to test it on anything else.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you can just drop it down into the abyss when you want to pick up something new and just hope the seeker camp's not below you.
So yeah, I'm thinking of a specific scenario that you haven't tried yet that maybe we can just figure it out when we get there.
Well, like testing it on something that's like a building.
Exactly. Something that is a little more abstract than, oh, this boulder that's right in front of me.
I think Gil's gonna hold off on that for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold off on destroying buildings.
Yeah. He just got this new thing. And also, yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. Like possibly destroying someone's home.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a fucking building. It could be anything. Just go up to the CRG headquarters. Let me see if I can get this whole damn thing in here. And fuck the CRG, right? Just like that.
Really fuck them up. All right. Is it time for me to be able to turn my fans back on, or do we
Yeah.
want to do anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm good on my end.
Satisfied.
Excellent.